Ryan Reynolds is synonymous with his iconic superhero character, Deadpool, also best known for his versatility in acting. For decades, Ryan Reynolds has been portraying out-of-the-ordinary movie characters only a few Hollywood actors can deliver. Here are 8 iconic Ryan Reynolds movies you shouldn't miss.
Rich Corinthian leather.
Number 8. 6 Underground, 2019.
And your name again?
My name is Mr. Worthington, and this is...
Starting off this list is an action thriller film directed by Michael Bay. As synonymous explosions are to the director, Ryan Reynolds was praised for being the iconic potential of the movie. And really, if you want to see art-like explosion set pieces, truly watch this film. It'll leave your mouth open to the action-packed fiasco. With the popularity of Deadpool 2, you can say that Reynolds has went meta around this time of the year, with a number of times you see him on the screen. Not that we're complaining, of course. Reynolds' play as a billionaire who faked his death to assemble a team of mercenaries that the government has refused to do. If it's ringing a bell for you, yes, this is an attempt of Michael Bay to create his own version of Mission Impossible. But with Ryan's presence on the screen, viewers are captivated by his humor, wit, and surprisingly, the stunts this movie gave. As a Netflix film, it even has a crossover trailer with La Casa de Papel's The Professor. How cool is that?
That is disgusting!
Number 7. Just Friends, 2005.
That's like the express lane to the friend zone.
This 2005 rom-com guarantees a giggle or two and promises to get viewers in the mood for love. When you watch this film, there's a high tendency that you might also slightly recall your bittersweet high school days. Born with flawless physiognomy and with comedic nature, Ryan Reynolds truly can effortlessly charm people. Although in this film, Reynolds, as Chris Brander, first appeared as a high school nerd with his belly hanging over his pants like a muffin top and is 100 pounds heavier. Just Friends handed Reynolds the opportunity to showcase his potentials as a leading man. The movie's story basically revolves around his admiration and inescapable love for his best friend Jamie. Still, sadly, he didn't get the girl's heart back in return. After a series of rejection, he moves to LA. Until 10 years have passed, he went back home as a very dashing, handsome, and successful Chris, and have dramatically lost weight, and the ride has just begun. Aside from seeing Reynolds displaying his iconic double chin and lip-syncing All For One's I Swear at the end credits, there are tons of scenes to love in this film. Scary Movie and the House Bunny star Anna Faris is also in the movie as the hilarious Samantha James. One of her scenes that's too funny to miss is her off-key singing while recording My Guitar, which the actress revealed she enjoyed doing. The report says that Paris Hilton auditioned for the Samantha James role, but is already vast and famous at the time. Also, singer Alanis Morissette, who Ryan Reynolds was dating, had a brief cameo but didn't make the cut. Only a few people today remember that the two actually dated before. If you haven't seen this underrated rom-com yet, this is your chance. Try watching it over the weekend for a healthy dose of laughter and romance. We swear that you'll have zero regrets in the end.
Good night, Jamie.
Good night, Chris.
Number 6. Safe House, 2012. Reynolds gets the chance to show off in this tense and exhausting action flick, performing alongside the Hollywood giant Denzel Washington. According to the New York Times, directed by Swedish filmmaker Daniel Espinosa, Safe House is a Bourne-esque action thriller film. Reynolds plays the role of Matt Weston, a rookie CIA agent. The latter was assigned to look after the ex-CIA turned fugitive Tobin Frost in a safe house played by Washington. But when the safe house got infiltrated, the two end up being on the run. Safe House received a lukewarm review from critics. Still, the movie made it big at the box office, earning $208.1 million against a budget of approximately $85 million. Reynolds fits perfectly as Matt Weston, but there were other big Hollywood actors considered for the role, including Andrew Garfield, Chris Pine, Chris Hemsworth, Tom Hardy, Jake Gyllenhaal, Zac Efron, and Shia LaBeouf. In preparation for the movie and his role, Ryan Reynolds needed to speak to a former CIA agent for some advice and insight. Our main man also revealed that he accidentally gave Denzel Washington a black eye while filming a fight scene. The movie was surprisingly entertaining. Reynolds executes a reliable performance in this film. When Weston talked to his girlfriend about his job and was attacked by Frost in the car were Reynolds' most convincing and heartfelt scenes in the movie. If you want to see more serious-faced Ryan Reynolds, you've got to see this movie. Number 5. The Hitman's Bodyguard, 2017. It's no secret in Hollywood and for most fans that Ryan Reynolds' career path has always been rocky. Despite his tremendous and noticeable performances in his movies, it seems like it's a struggle for our Van Wilder to pick the right film for critics and some audiences to approve. Nonetheless, we are here to focus on Reynolds' iconic portrayals and memorable movies. Reynolds stars alongside Samuel L. Jackson in 2017 action comedy The Hitman's Bodyguard. Reynolds plays as an executive bodyguard who gets a new client, Jackson's Toby Frost, a notorious hitman. The latter is organized to testify at the International Criminal Court. Together, they need to stay alive, put up with each other's differences, and make it to the trial on time. The Hitman's Bodyguard is not without flaws. Partly a spoof, with an apt amount of drama and mostly action, but it doesn't lose the story's depth. The combination seems to have puzzled movie critics, but not viewers, delivering more than $100 million at the box office. The film is the second team-up between Samuel L. Jackson and Ryan Reynolds, after lending their voices in the 2013 computer-animated film Turbo. The apparent on-cam chemistry between the two and the movie's overall hilarity majorly contributed to carrying the film. And here's good news for those who enjoy the work of Jackson, Reynolds, Oldman, and Hayek. The Hitman's Bodyguard gets a sequel. The Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard sets its release on August 2021. It has been pushed back due to the current pandemic. The film was initially released mid this year as Salma Hayek confirmed the news on her Instagram post.
Come on, Queenie. Let's get with it.
Number 4. The Voices. Clearly, Ryan Reynolds takes roles that interest him instead of making big paychecks and securing a sure shot at prominence.
Hold on a second. Look, I know what is good.
Although Reynolds, as we all know, is already big in Hollywood, in this intriguing and gory horror comedy, Reynolds does his best work. We follow Jerry, who works on a factory floor at a small-town bathroom warehouse and mentally unhinged. He thinks that he can talk to his dog and cat, influencing him to commit murders. It started when Jerry pursued his office crush to go on a closed date that takes a sudden, sinister turn. Jerry is, in fact, a good guy, but things just get out of hand. You'll get torn whether to sympathize with Jerry or to hate him. More of Ryan Reynolds' exceptional work in this film is expressed through his eyes, dancing between being heartbroken, distraught, and very eager, but also vulnerable. We can see everything through his eyes, and Jerry lets viewers get lost in his world. If you think talking pets is already crazy enough, the movie also features talking severed heads in the fridge. Reynolds modeled the voice of his two evil pets in this film.
Look what you did to me.
Number 3. The Proposal, 2009.
We'll be happily divorced before you know it. We'll be fine.
The charismatic, sharp-witted, unconventional Canadian native, Ryan Reynolds, knows how exactly to find a way into your heart. He's the perfect leading man in this romantic comedy with Sandra Bullock. Calm, caring, shy, timid, and a complete gentleman. That's the type of Ryan Reynolds you'll see in this feel-good flick. And this is one of our top favorites. Andrew has been a longtime assistant to his pushy and terror boss, Margaret. One day, Margaret orders Andrew to marry her as she found herself on the edge of being deported. If she marries Andrew, then she'll be able to have her green card, and it can save her most cherished job. When Andrew finally accepts the proposal, the stage is set for plenty of fun. The two have pretty much complemented each other and share an excellent rapport. The tandem has a convincing team-up that cheerfully delivered a well-crafted romance and great laughing experience. The film grossed over $300 million. The proposal does what it is exactly supposed to do, which is to make you laugh, cry, and entertain you. You may be laughing so much that you have to watch the movie from the start again to catch the story and dialogue. The most hilarious scene in the movie involves Sandra wearing a plaid robe paired with boots, a fluffy dog, and an eagle. The scene will make you laugh over and over even after you've watched the film. Another scene that will get you to roll on the floor laughing is the naked scene of Reynolds and Bullock. Well, of course, you have to watch the film yourself to see it. Supporting roles include Mary Steenburgen, Craig T. Nelson, and Betty White, who almost rejected the film's position because she had to be away from her golden retriever for 10 weeks. We feel you, Betty. We feel you.
Oh.
Number 2, Buried 2010. Buried is a Ryan Reynolds masterpiece that needs to be watched and recognized by more people. Reynolds is a real jack of all trades in the field of acting, and he had always been fun to watch on screen. Unbeknownst to many, Ryan Reynolds had done a movie called Buried in 2010, a tense, heartbreaking, and riveting thriller film. Paul Conroy, played by Reynolds, was abducted and woke to find himself buried in a wooden coffin. He's left with a phone by his abductor who wants a ransom as an exchange for his freedom. You'll feel the helplessness of Ryan's character in the film. It's breathtaking, exhausting, and frustrating. You just want to dig him out yourself. The film perfectly illustrates how it feels to be buried alive. The creative use of 2:35 widescreen and shots from undefined darkness outside the coffin intensifies the effect of claustrophobia, and it seriously gives shivers. The movie is worthy of your time if you're looking for something out of the ordinary. An hour and a half of breathtaking moments, harrowing climax, and frustration. The film is both fulfilling and tear-jerking. Buried is proof of Reynolds' acting chops. Number 1, Deadpool 2016.
Oh, hello.
We've now reached the highlight of this video. Our number 1 pick for the most iconic Ryan Reynolds movies. Drum roll, please. It's no other than Deadpool. But let's not forget that before Deadpool, there was Cannibal King and Green Lantern. Reynolds apparently is fond of taking on superhero roles. By most standards, DC's 2011 Green Lantern was not at all a bad film. However, unfortunately, it still ended up being a massive disappointment, slammed by both critics and fans, and even Ryan Reynolds himself. Rising from the massive flop, Ryan Reynolds had redeemed himself and his career when he played Deadpool. It smashed the box office and still breaking numerous records. The film also achieved critical success and gained die-hard fans. Deadpool is way far different from all Marvel superhero films.
You're about to be killed by a Zamboni!
Deadpool has stayed true to its explicit nature, making the film somehow relatable and well received by many viewers and fans. We can't imagine another actor who can pull off the badass role other than Reynolds. In 2004, Ryan Reynolds was mentioned in The Cable and Deadpool number 2, where Deadpool says, "If you look like Ryan Reynolds crossed with a Sharpay, you'd understand." The role is clearly designed for our man.
I think we may have found your cosmic
Overall,
reason for being
both
here.
Deadpool films are killer and enthralling R-rated adult comic book adaptation and are Ryan Reynolds' best movies. Rumors says that Kevin Feige wants to make Ryan Reynolds the most expensive MCU actor and is reportedly signing a record-breaking MCU deal.
Those bullets are like super fast. Here we go.
So, there you have it. Are there any Ryan Reynolds iconic and memorable movies that we missed? We'd like to hear from you. Leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you want to watch more Ryan Reynolds films, Netflix got you covered. You can enjoy many Ryan Reynolds films like Change Up, Six Underground, Blade Trinity, and more on Netflix. And everyone's excited to see Free Guy featuring our Ryan Reynolds as a video game character. With that being said, you should definitely watch the 8 best action movies of all time. Don't forget to hit the like button, and if you enjoyed this movie, subscribe to our channel. Also, don't forget to share this video with your family and all your friends. Thank you for staying with us, and see you again next time.